UFC Perth is this Saturday. I'm so excited. It is honestly, can I just say, it might be the best fight night of all time. Literally every fight is stacked with someone, even like maybe it's just like one person or two, both of them, but it's stacked. And can I just say, you ready? This is not a prediction, but I'm just saying what I feel like. I could literally see every single fight ending in a finish. Now that's not me like wanting every fight to be in a finish. Um, but like if you just look at some of these fights, you can I mean not some of them, all of them. I could see a finish in every single one. Round 1, round 2, round 3. I don't care. I could see it. It's a possibility. I'm not going to be like I'm not going with a finish for every fight. I'm just saying it's a possibility. But it's for me, UFC Perth is Saturday morning at 4 a.m. and 7 a.m. I know for it's accommodating for the Australian fans who are there. Good for them. They deserve it. Sucks for me, but still I don't care. I'm gonna go to sleep prior, but whatever. Let's just get right into it with the first fight of the night. Dom Marfan versus Cody Steele. Marfan coming off of the winner of what's it called, the UFC Road to UFC contest. He won against Sang Uk Kim. Man, Sang Uk Kim. That's a marauder right there. No, but I actually don't think Marfan is that bad. I really don't. He's fought in Eternal. He's not Asian. He's Australian or New Zealand. I forget which one. Sorry. But he's actually not that bad. His only losses are to the co-main event, Quillen Sal killed. Pretty sure both of them by submission. And he's type of like the fighter to wear you down. He's got really good grappling. He's really good in the clinch. He likes to push himself against you. Pause. But push himself against you and like he's really good. His elbows are super good. He's got really good cardio. I will say he gets pressured kind of easily and backed up, which I don't think is going to be good for this fight because on the other side of the octagon, Cody Steele is there, and I really like Cody Steele. The picture makes it seem like this is his UFC debut. Second fight in the UFC, lost against Rong Zhu in a banger of a fight. He was low-key getting pieced up, but he was still in there. He's a banger fighter. It's going to be an exciting fight. Oh my, dude, they're all exciting. Holy shit, they're all exciting. Oh my god. But Cody Steele, he's got decent striking. He's got good power, but he's more of a BJJ grappling guy. If you look on like Tapology, all of it is basically like BJJ competitions. So he's got really good grappling. We know that. He's got good wrestling too. He's not just a BJJ guy. He can wrestle. He's strong. But his striking it's still evolving. There's a lot of openings when he's striking. He loves that classic wrestler BJJ overhand. He loves doing that. His hands are super low sometimes, but he's got a good chin and he's got a good recovery if he gets chinned, if he gets knocked down, and he's good with the pressure. So I'm honestly gonna have to go with Cody Steele. I think Marfan low-key might be a little better with the striking, but I feel like Cody Steele is a bit better with the grappling, And Cody Steele, he trains with Marab, so we know he's got good cardio. I could just feel him pushing the pace, out strengthening Marfan. I could see a fucking like picked him up type of takedown where he picks him up like a DC Gustafson type of takedown. I could see that, Quick fun fact for Cody Steele. Like I said, he's been in a lot of BJJ matches. Dude, this guy, he's faced against Gregory Rodriguez. Cody Steele is a lightweight, and he's facing off a huge middleweight. He lost by UD, but, it's good that he didn't even get choked out. That looks pretty good, you know what I mean? So I'm going to have to go with the non-Aussie or New Zealand, I forget who it is, I'll just go with Aussie, non-Aussie fighter to start off the card. But the next fight, this is a banger too. I'm going to stop saying that, but I'm sorry. Jonathan Mikalev, the captain, versus Themba Garimbo. Mikalev coming off of a crazy win against Oban Elliott. he was looking bit ass with the striking in that fight. He's a bit of a crazy striker, but he's got power. He's getting pieced up in the Elliott fight, but he knocked Elliott down in round one, like kind of like a flash KO. He's a bit wonky, but his kicks are super fucking good. If you watch the Kevin Jousset fight, it ended in a UD, but he knocked him down with a head kick around the guard. And as I was watching this, they were about to read the decision. It was the end of the fight. I peeped Jousset's like ribs, his side of his body. That shit was purple. Mikolev kicks hella hard. You know, he's got a really good chin though, and like I said, he's got good power. Super counterable. Like he's just a crazy striker. He overthrows a lot. He throws crazy shit. Overreaches. However, his BJJ, his grappling, chef's kiss. It is crisp. Oban Elliott fight, like I said, kind of getting pieced up. Immediately, it hits the ground. He just gets the submission. Like he's super good in his BJJ. He's evolving with the striking, and still, I really like him. Themba Gorimbo, just coming off a loss against Jeremiah Wells, and then a loss against Vicente Luque, and then a decision win against Nico Price. I think that was in 2025. That's not a good look, Gorimbo. Gorimbo's known for he's known for getting that house from The Rock. That shit is being taken away because Themba Gorimbo is getting subbed in the second round. He is going to be back to being homeless. The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's going to be coming up to Gorimbo and be like, yo, I think maybe even in the octagon, Gorimbo's going to get subbed. He's not going to tap. He's going to pass out. He's going to wake up in the first sight Themba Gorimbo is going to see is Dwayne The Rock Johnson leaning over him, picking him up, throwing him out the octagon, running after him, snatching the house keys from Themba Gorimbo, and stealing the house back. Gorimbo's going to be homeless. He is not winning this. Mikolev, I feel like he's stronger too. He looks like a better physicality, you know what I mean? No homo. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but no homo. And I could just predict, Themba Gorimbo kind of getting the upper hand with the striking in the first round. And then in the second round, he maybe gets tagged, but he shoots a takedown. Mikolev stuffs that shit. He's north to south. And I could just see him snatching up a Darce or an Anaconda. I could just see that. I can envision that in my mind. I could see Gorimbo trying to get his legs free, but Mikolev just keeping hold of those legs with his legs. I could just see that shit, I'm going to have to go with Jonathan Mikolev, the captain, with a round 2 sub. Is this a step down? I've been hearing a lot of shit about that. Is this a step down from Oban Elliott? I low-key think so, because I think Oban Elliott would finish Nico Price. I think even Kevin Jousset would finish Nico Price. And I 100% think Jonathan Mikolev would dog run Nico Price. Next up, listen, there's no UFC picture for Ben Johnson, so stick with me, But we got Ben Johnston versus Wes Schultz. I fucked up with that, but Wes Schultz, he just got brutalized by Damian Pinnes. He got easily KO'd. He looked like he just gave up. His striking is absolute dog shit. It really is. It's terrible. He doesn't really have a chin either. His defense is terrible. Everything about his striking is terrible. His grappling is the good part. He's got good ground and pound. And yeah, there's not really a lot to say. I guess he looked kind of decent against Abdul Malik, but we just saw Abdul Malik get dog walked by Yusuri Belgari, He also has a win over Jackson McVeigh, Wes Schultz does. Ben Johnston, on the other end, coming in on, I want to say, I don't think it's that short notice, but I think it's a bit short notice, I don't know. But he's coming not even off the Contender Series, just pulled him right from Eternal. And Johnston's a big boy. He's a big boy. His Muay Thai is super, super nice. I think he's like a Muay Thai, I wouldn't say world champion, but he's a Muay Thai champion something. He's got really crisp body and leg kicks. He's good in the clinch, super good in the clinch. He gets taken down sometimes, but he does a really good job at getting up. He does the fundamentals. He's not hesitant. He's not lazy with it. He's urgent, which I really like, especially in this fight. I don't think this is difficult, and I'm only going with this way because maybe we could see West Schultz. Oh shit, maybe we could see West Schultz survive. Sorry, but I just see a round one KO. Actually, I was originally going with a round two TKO. That's what I was saying, but no, I'm gonna go with a round one TKO. I could just see West Schultz folding to body kicks. You know, a nice down the pipe. Hits West Schultz, kind of stumbles him, and then Johnston pouring him on with the body kicks. Bah, bah, bah. And then West Schultz is like, oh, and he falls down. I could see that. It's pretty simple. Johnston, he can survive. Maybe his grappling is not as good as West Schultz, but I could see Johnston surviving. And that's all you really need against West Schultz. You survive in the grappling, and you're going to fucking dog walk Schultz. So let's get on to the next one. West Schultz cut from the UFC. Here we go. Colby Thicknesse versus Vince Morales. Colby coming off of a really close win against Josias Musais. Josias Musasa. There we go. And then a kind of short notice loss against Alessandro Topuria. But low-key, he didn't look bad in that fight. He didn't. I kind of rate him not high, but like pretty decent because of his performance in that fight. Vince Morales coming off of a 3-fight losing streak, but they're not that bad. It's not that bad of a losing streak. Raul Rosas, he actually looked pretty good against Raul Rosas. I think it was he almost had him in a Darce. Morales almost got Rosas in a Darce, but Rosas managed to survive. A loss against Elijah Smith. That's not that bad. Elijah Smith is a really good prospect right now. And then Taylor Lapilus. He's actually not that bad. I think he's only lost once in the UFC, but he was kind of a boring fighter, so that's why he cut him. The UFC cut him. This is not an easy fight for Thicknesse. This is not at all. Vince Morales, yeah, he's on a 3-fight losing streak, but they're against good guys, and he didn't look that bad against them. You know, he's got decent wrestling. He's really good with cardio. That's the thing. He's a tough motherfucker. He pushes the pace, stuff like that. Doesn't have a lot of power though, and I think that's key. I think if you're going to beat Thicknesse, you need a good amount of power. So that's why I'm going to go with a competitive 29-28. Sorry, 29-28 decision for Thicknesse. Okay, I'm just going to remove that because that's embarrassing. But I think Colby, he can handle on the feet, especially because, like I said, Morales doesn't have the power, doesn't have the same power as Musasa and Topuria. Thicknesse is a bit shit on the feet. He's not shit. I shouldn't say that. But he gets very hesitant, and he also covers up a lot against people with power. We saw that in both of those fights. But his grappling is super good. His grappling is, dare I say, amazing. He trains with Craig Jones. He trains with Volk. So he's got the Craig Jones specifics. He's super light on his feet. He throws kicks very easily. He's very fluid with them. And I could just see him winning. I could see a 29-28 competitive fight, though. I don't think this is going to be easy. This is not an easy fight by any means necessary. No matter what. This isn't an easy fight, okay? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. It's not an easy fight. But I think Thicknesse pulls it off 29-28. Next up. Guys, I think this is where the GM3 title run doesn't start. I think this is it for GM3. Do I really have to explain this? Do I really have to dive into this and break this shit down? GM3 is getting laid out easily. In previous fights, GM3 has been known to take some damage, but then recover and then have a comeback win. Edmund Shabazian, he choked him out with a arm triangle. But recently, it's not been looking like that, man. It really hasn't. He's been finished by Dawkins and Olav Jacek. Had a boring decision against Brad Tavares where he looked absolute shit. Didn't even shoot a lot of takedowns. GM3, he's known for his BJJ. He's known for his choking comebacks. It's not gonna happen. GM3, he's gonna retire tomorrow. He's gonna retire in the octagon, or I should say Saturday. He's gonna retire. This is it. And if he doesn't retire, he needs to retire. This got to be it, because he's gonna get flatlined right now. Maybe not a flatline, but he's gonna get hit clean in the chin, and then go down. Malkoun, he's decent. He's not great in any areas. He's low-key kind of underrated, but he's got decent pop. And I think Malkoun, any person right now with decent pop landing on GM3, I think GM3 is going to crumble. So I really think GM3, I'm saying that a lot, I really think he should retire after this, because why not retire now, and if not, take another brutal KO in the fucking Apex and retire in the Apex. You're in Perth, you're in a crowded arena, it's hype, just retire, have a nice little send-off. Yeah, I just don't see GM3 winning this at all. I don't see this even going the distance. Maybe it can. Maybe Malkoun still hurts him, but is still hesitant, because he looked hesitant against Finney, even though Finney was injured and also knocked him down. He didn't really rush the finish. So maybe Malkoun can be hesitant and a bit scared to really push the pedal, but still beat him pillar to post. But I'm just going to go with the safe option of round 1 TKO. I'm sorry, GM3. I'm sorry, my goat. People forget, man. People forget. Next up. Fuck. Junior Tafa versus Kevin Christian. The battle of the mid, man. The battle of the mid. Tafa coming off a loss against Billy Elikana and Tuco Tokos. Christian coming off a loss against Billy Elikana. Both of their losses have been Billy Elikana. However, Tafa didn't actually look that bad against Elikana. He knocked him in the first round. He's got heavy power. I honestly feel like him and his brother, if Junior Tafa loses this, quit UFC, quit MMA. Same with Tai Tuivasa. I'll get to him later though, and just do BKFC or boxing. They got heavy hands. Their striking is actually not that bad. The thing is, their grappling absolute fucking sucks. However, in this fight, Kevin Christian, I think he's ass. I think he's more ass than Tafa. I think he's assier. I don't think he's gonna be able to defend. Listen, Junior Tafa, he can actually do. His whole thing is he can't wrestle, he can't grapple. He's not that bad at defending takedowns in round 1. Okay, and I think that's where it's going to go. It's not going to go into the second round. That's why I got Junior Tafa. Round 1 TKO, baby. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Title run starts now. Junior Tafa, new weight class. Third fight in the weight class. Here we go. Title run starts now. Let's get Junior Tafa versus Carlos Ulberg. I know, they're probably the same ethnicity. Aussie. Maybe New Zealand. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But I don't give a fuck. Junior Tafa, title run. I could see him being the GOAT of the light heavyweight division. Let's go. Kevin Christian sucks. He really does. He's big. I guess he can use his teeps, but I think Junior Tafa is just going to go out there and bulldog this motherfucker. I think he's just going to have no care whatsoever. He's going to be like, bah, 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 bah. And I could just see Kevin Christian folding and giving up against the cage, just crumbling. Be like, I just want out of here. Nope, this ain't for me. And yeah, Junior Tafa, round 1 TKO, his first win in the light heavyweight division. Shout out him. Next up, Cam Rouston versus Robert Brychek. Dude, this is a really fucking good fight and a really hard fight to pick. It really is. Cam Rouston coming off of a win against Cody Brundage, second round TKO, and then a round 1 Andre Petroski TKO. Robert Brychek coming off a third round TKO against Brad Tavares, and then a loss in the Contender Series against Ihor Peterio. No, I think that was on the Apex. I think that was Apex. But a loss against Ihor Peterio, where he got knocked down in that fight. Went to a decision. But, dude, both of these guys are really good. Brychek, his hands are really good. I'm pretty sure he fought in Octagon, which is that's actually a good organization outside the UFC. So he's fought good comp, Cam Rouston, Eternal. He's fought good comp too. Both of these guys, their striking is really clean. Rouston, heavy power. Brychek, I think he's got a little less power, but his boxing is super good. The thing with Rouston, his defense is a bit questionable at times. You know, he was kind of getting stung up by Brundage in that fight because he does that when he's moving back, when he's on the back foot. He does that extending arm thing to try to, like, I don't know. Why the fuck do fighters do that shit? Why? I get it. The fucking, what is it called? When you raise both your hands like parallel to each other, not it's like horizontal. Cross guard. Like, I get cross guard and shit, but like, why are you holding your hand out there? That could easily be an eye poke, and you can get even maybe DQ'd or a point taken nowadays. Why would you do that? And it's ass because he was getting stung up mainly because of that. You know, his defense is questionable. Brychek, I just feel like he's low key by the tiniest bit a bit worse than Rouston. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna be such a great fight. This is gonna be a banger. I could see this being fight of the night. This is like the second option for fight of the night underneath the main event, of course. But I'm gonna have to go with 29. Why am I saying 48? What the fuck? Sorry, 29-28 decision for Rouston. Why did I say 48? That makes no sense. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, 29-28 decision. It's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be a banger. Next up, guys, we are looking at the literal battle of nutrition. Tai Tuivasa, fat as fuck. Louis Sutherland, fat as fuck with some crazy ass nipples. Can I just say that? Is that a hot take? Is that gay? I don't. Can I just say that? What the fuck? Those shits are pointing at me. They literally look like calcium cannons. You know, they look like they're ready to shoot right at me, come through the screen, and just, you know. Tai Tuivasa, on the other hand, he looks sad. He literally looks like this picture of him. It just makes me feel bad for the guy. You know, it really does. He's on a terrible losing streak. Louis Sutherland hasn't even won in the UFC. I see a lot of people going with Tai, kind of just for the fun of it. But I low-key, I see Sutherland winning by a round 1 sub. I really do. I could see him just bulldozing Tai Tuivasa with a double leg. It's just not even it's like an ugly double leg. It's like a, what is it? Like a spear rugby takedown when he just shoots at the legs and literally throws himself into him. I could see that. And then Tai Tuivasa trying to get up. And then Sutherland is like, he's also, they kind of like sync with their breathing. So both of these guys are on at the same time, literally on the same wavelength. They're both breathing the same volume and the same amount. Louis Sutherland just throws his arm around Tai Tuivasa's neck, and they both fall onto each other. Tai Tuivasa on top, but you know, his back is taken by Sutherland, and Sutherland just snatches the rear naked choke up while he's heavily breathing. It's a literal battle of nutrition. And I get it, man. I get it. Listen, I get it. I know Tuivasa just got a BJJ back tattoo, but that don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That's like, I don't know, what is that like, dude? What is that like? What's a good analogy for that? Fuck. Hold on, let me think. That's like, what's a good analogy? Getting a tattoo of something that you're shit at to try to be better at that. But it's like you're just getting a back tattoo that's not going to do anything. You know? That's not going to do anything. What's a good example of that? That's like a gay guy. Tai Tuivasa getting a back tattoo of BJJ, the words BJJ, is like a gay guy, a super gay guy, getting the words straight tatted on his back. You know? That doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. That's not going to do anything for you. It's like that one meme where it's like, you're checking under the couch. Oh, that's the problem? Or like, no, what was the meme? What was the context of the meme? It's like, oh, you're adjusting the chair. That's the problem. That's the solution. It's like that. It reminds me of like Kaya Sakura moving up to bantamweight after getting dog walked by Tim Elliott and Pantoja in flyweight. Like, what's the reason of that? That's not going to do shit. You know? Getting a BJJ tattoo, that's not going to do shit, man. That's not going to fucking... That doesn't transfer to the gym. That doesn't transfer to skill. You know? That doesn't do shit. That's like... Him getting that tattoo is the shittiest form of manifestation I've ever seen in my life. The shittiest form. I bet he thought that, oh, I'm going to get this tattoo. And the skill. This is tied to Ivasa at the tattoo parlor shop. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna get a tattoo. I'm gonna get a BJJ tattoo on my back, and that's gonna feed me as I'm getting the tattoo. BJJ. Each word, power is going to come into my body, and basically just I'm gonna inherit the skill of a BJJ athlete. Are you fucking kidding me? What is that gonna do? That's not gonna do anything. I don't even care if he wins against Sutherland. Both of these guys are ass, okay? They are both ass. They low-key both deserve... no, I'm not gonna say Tai Tuivasa. I don't care if Tai Tuivasa loses, which I think he will. I don't care. Don't cut him. Because people love him. People go crazy for him for good reason. This guy's awesome, you know? He's awesome. So, when he loses, don't cut him. Just maybe reduce his pay. You know, he can become a DoorDash driver like Aline Perez on the side. But just don't cut him. Okay? But what I'm trying to say is Tai Tuivasa is going to lose. I'm sorry. Maybe we see a classic Tai Tuivasa. Dude, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking of Sutherland shooting that double leg. Okay, he shoots the double leg and he gets it. And Tai Tuivasa, he's scrambling. He's trying his best to get up, and he gets up. And the crowd is going crazy. They're like, yeah! Yeah! They think Tai Tuivasa is going to turn around and club Sutherland with a right hand. But right as Tai Tuivasa gets up, everyone's cheering, yeah! Yeah, let's go, Tai! He immediately gets taken down again. And everyone goes from, yeah, to, oh. Like, you hear that loud, oh, throughout the arena. I could see that happening. Oh, fuck. I'm spending too much time talking about this. I love Tai, but I think Sutherland's going to get his first UFC win. Oh, my God. It's terrible. Let's get on to the next fight. I forgot it was this one. Shamil Gaziev. Coming off a loss against Waldo Cortez Acosta. A win over Thomas Peterson and Dontel Mays. Brando Perikic coming off the win against Louis Sutherland and Alicia Ellison. This is a hard one. This is really hard. Because if you look at my profile pic, it's the face of Shamil. On top of that famous pic of Kamaru Usman in a bright blue fucking outfit. And I love Shamil. I think Shamil has the potential of being the next GOAT. However, what I think is holding him back is his insane ability to have cardiac arrests and just gas out. So that's why I'm gonna have to go. Fuck. I'm sorry, Shamil. Round 1 TKO for Parakick. Fuck! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't get the sight of him in Rosenstrike, of Shamil looking at his cornerman and going, I can't, brother. I can't, brother. This guy can't do shit. You can get his grappling is good, He's good. His striking is good. He's good. But Brando Parakick is good everywhere, and especially good with cardio. Brando Parakick, he's gonna put the pace on Gaziev, and as Gaziev is slammed against the fence right in his corner, he's gonna be looking down in his cornerman and going, "Oh shit, brother! Oh shit, brother! I can't do this, brother!" And it's gonna be over. And I don't even want to say, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even think this is gonna be a round 1 TKO. I think it's gonna be in between round 1 and 2. Gaziev is gonna quit again. He's gonna fold to his heart palpitations, whatever the word is, and he's just gonna die. He's gonna die. And I think if Brando Parakick gets Shamil Gaziev down, it's wraps. It's wraps. It really is. Wrestling can tire both of the people out, the guy on the bottom and the guy on top. It's like UFC 5, sorry. In UFC 5, if you hold a certain button when like grappling, when you're like trying to submit a guy, right? And you hold, I think it's like R1, and you hold it down, it gasses both of your gas tanks out. But if you have the higher gas tank, that's good, because even though both of your guys' gas tanks are going down at the same time in your stamina, if you have the higher one, you could still submit the other guy. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it's going to be like with wrestling between these two. It's going to take both of these guys' staminas to wrestle. But Gaziev, his stamina bar is just going to fucking tank. It's going to tank. Not even 5 seconds, his stamina is gone. Okay? He's fucked. And Brando Parakick's, his stamina is going to go down like by 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's what it's going to be like. Gaziev's gas tank is just going to crumble. And Brando Parakick is just going to TKO him with like under the shoulder strike from back take. Okay? You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, I'm going to have to go with my boy, Brando. I think his name's like the polar bear or something like that. I'm sorry, Shamil. Maybe next time. Next up, Marwan Rahiki versus Ali Shamid. This will be pretty quick. Rahiki coming off of a jawbreaker performance against Harry Hardwick, and then his crazy Contender Series fight against Ananias Malumba. Yeah. Ali Shamid coming on short notice. I think Rahiki was supposed to fight. He was supposed to fight Jack Jenkins. Jenkins pulled out. Shamid, maybe like 3-week short notice. It's just going to be a round 2 TKO. I think Ali can survive in the first round, but then Marwan is just going to put it on to him in the second round and TKO him. Yep, pretty quick. Prediction. Next up, the featured fight. Tim Elliott versus Steve Erceg. Tim Elliott on a really good resurgence right now. You know, he subbed Kai Asakura. He subbed Sumar Darji. He lost against Muhammad Makayev, but that's Muhammad Makayev, you know? The best flyweight outside of the UFC right now. And if he was in the UFC, I would say he's definitely in the top 5, you know? And Steve Erceg just kind of had a competitive fight against Ode Osborne, which doesn't look that good. But Ode Osborne, it was on short notice, and he was so much more heavier than Steve Erceg. Different weight classes, basically. And then on a 3-fight losing streak before that, Brandon Moreno, Kaikar, France. And honestly, I kind of think, he lost against Pantoja, but it was because of what he did in the 5th round when he shot for the takedowns and then got reversed. If he didn't do that, he would have won. He would have been the flyweight champ, and we wouldn't have been thinking Pantoja is this elite flyweight. Or I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. You get what I'm talking about. But the 3-fight losing streak has been to elite fighters. Brandon Moreno, Kai France, and Pantoja, those guys have been in the top 5 for several years. I don't know if they're not in the top 5 anymore, Kai France, and Moreno, but still, they've been elite for a long time. So I'm gonna have to go with 29-28. Oh my God, I did it for all of them. Fuck, I'm sorry. 29-28 decision for Steve Erceg. Listen, this will not be easy, and I'm a bit worried. I don't think Tim Elliott should be I think it's like a plus 400 underdog. I don't think so. This is going to be a really competitive fight. But I think Steve Erceg is just more complete, you know? His grappling is good. Tim Elliott's his grappling is probably better. And he's awkward. You know, Tim Elliott, he's known for this awkward striking and shit. Ah, fuck. Wait, no, I could see Tim Elliott out awkwarding Steve Erceg and Steve Erceg getting... Ah, fuck, wait. No. I can't change my pick. I'm going with Steve Erceg. I am 29-28 competitive. I think Erceg could survive on the ground and then kind of piece up Tim Elliott on the feet. His boxing is super crisp. He's a good striker, you know? The Moreno performance doesn't look that good, but that's Moreno. Moreno with his triple jab, you know? But fuck. I could see Tim Elliott actually, like, throwing all these wonky strikes. Steve Erceg kind of getting, like, flustered. Tim Elliott shoots a takedown. Erceg's like, oh, what? You know, he's like, what? He's, you know, taken by surprise. And then Elliott gets the arm shot. Ah, fuck. No, I got it. No, I got to go. Yeah, I think Steve Erceg's going to win 29-28. Then, on to the co-main event. Wow, this is a long video. I've been chatting for a bit. Yapping. Beneil Dariush versus Quillen Salkilde. Beneil just got brutally laid out by BSD. Has a win over Renato Moicano last summer, and that's actually been aging pretty well. Moicano just got a second round submission against Chris Duncan. So Moicano is definitely not washed. He looked really good in that fight. And then, of course, lost to Arman Tsarukyan. Quillen Salkilde on a crazy streak right now. He's becoming a big star. Jamie Malarkey, Nazareth Hakparast, Yanel Ashamus. What's the Indian guy's name? Shamil? No, not Shamil. Jabil. What is it? It's something with a J. Jabil. Yeah, I think it's Jabil. But he's this, I wouldn't even say prospect anymore. Oh, no, he's not ranked, so I could still say prospect. But listen, after that Moicano versus Chris Duncan fight, people said Beneil Dariush, he's still got it. He's not that washed. And I don't think he's that washed. I really don't. But his chin is no more. There's a difference between being washed and not having a chin. That kind of goes hand in hand, but not having a chin anymore doesn't really mean you're washed. It doesn't fully mean you're washed. You know what I mean? Dariush can still win. He could still win against some of these fighters. But I think Quillen Salkilde is just better. I really do. A lot of people, they're high on him because of that Nazareth and Jamie Malarkey performance. More specifically, that Nazareth head kick KO. But they own a bakery. That KO. But when I'm thinking of this fight, I'm really looking at UFC, I think it was 316. I watched it in person. Yeah, now Ashmus performance. That was actually super impressive. Yanal is not that bad. Yanal is now supposed to fade Jordan Buchenik, I think his last name is, in Cage Warriors. He's not that bad of a fighter, And what I liked from Quillen, right? Because everyone went into that fight expecting him to strike, not really knowing his grappling skills. But in that fight, he mainly shot takedowns. It was all about grappling in that fight. So I can safely say that Quillen Salkilde's grappling is good. It's not that type of fighter where, we know he's got power. It's this crazy guy, but he's never really, we don't know his grappling. Brother, we don't know his grappling, brother. We kind of do. We low-key kind of do. Because he out-grappled Yanal, and he looked good. We know his gas tank, especially from that fight, too, because that went the distance. So, put together his striking, because his striking is good, his grappling, his judo, and stuff, his strength too. Even though I don't think Beneil is totally washed, I just think it's gonna be a round one TKO, maybe like a round one brutal KO too. But Darius, his grappling is still there. Yeah, maybe we could see a bit of a competitive fight. But I think Beneil's chin is just literally no more. I think you can throw a pillow at him and he gets brutally KO'd. It's like you could throw a pillow at him and the impact is like a car hitting a brick wall. It's going to be bad. Like a sturdy brick wall, I should say. It's going to be bad. I just think it's no more. It's definitely gone. I think he should retire after this. I know he's coaching. Stick to coaching. That's awesome. You know, his prime, he was a good fighter before. He really was. You know, I remember a lot of people talking about like, oh, this could be a hard test for Islam. So it's not like he was a bad fighter. He was a good fighter. But even though his grappling still is probably good, is just chin, and that's especially against Quillen Salkild, that is the most important part, his chin. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with a round one TKO for Quillen Salkild, the inventor of sex. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the main event. JDM versus Carlos Prates. We know JDM coming off of that crazy performance by Islam. Just got dominated. Don't really have anything to do with this fight because that was all grappling. Good win over Bilal and kind of a comeback win over Gilbert Burns. Carlos Prates, brutal KO over Leon Edwards, brutal KO over Jeff Neal, and then a crazy performance against Ian Gary, but Ian Gary's that guy. You know, he is really good, so that's not that bad. So both of these guys, their only losses in the UFC have come to really, really good guys, you know? I think Islam and Ian Gary are even fighting. I think it's rumored for Philly, 330. I'm hoping to go to that. But it's hard. It's really I'm really thinking it's a 50% chance for JDM to win and a 65% chance for Carlos Prates to win. I think people are low-key overrating JDM's power. He's got good power, but I see a lot of people picking JDM because of his power. 4th round TKO. I don't see that happening. I think if JDM were to win, I think it would be by like 48-47 decision. Carlos Prates, on the other hand, dude, when you're fighting Carlos Prates, it is not like I can go easy. You have 25 minutes to survive. JDM has 25 minutes to survive, okay? Because one good punch from Prates is going to put you out. I don't care if you have a good chin. I really don't. Prates has that power. He does. And I get it. JDM has good defense, but he gets hit at times. He's gotten hit a lot by Bilal. His face has gotten fucked up from that. Now, thinking of this fight, I went back and rewatched Kevin Holland versus JDM. And that was competitive. It wasn't a split decision. I think it was a clear 29-28 or even a 30-27 JDM. But Kevin Holland and Carlos Prates are kind of similar in length. They're both really lengthy. And JDM had problem with Kevin Holland's reach. He did. He had trouble getting in the pocket and stuff. And that's why I'm going to have to go with a round 2 KO for Prates. Fuck! Shit. I'm going to have to do it. I'm just envisioning a straight down the middle KO. A brutal one too. Where people are like, holy fuck, that's crazy. Carlos Prates is that guy. But then again, I see a lot of people saying JDM is not elite. He is elite. He is. He's elite, man. Just because he might lose to Carlos Prates doesn't make him not elite. His striking is still, his boxing is top 10 best in the UFC right now. Carlos Prates, I can safely say JDM has better boxing than Carlos Prates. Prates is more Muay Thai, you know? But I could just see I could honestly see Prates kind of pulling down JDM's right glove. JDM, he likes to use the normal guard, the defense and everything. Hands up, hands right in front of your face, tight. His defense is super tight. But I could honestly see Prates pulling down on his arm, getting, that one side removed. And JDM's kind of taken by surprise. Prates right down the fucking line, straight right down, lands not even that clean on JDM's chin. I don't think it even has to be that clean, but I just think it has to land to a certain degree, and JDM is going down. JDM is going to be stiff. Maybe not a clean, stiff KO, maybe a TKO, but JDM doesn't have the same movement as Ian Gary. He doesn't, and that's what you need to beat Carlos Prates. You need that type of movement. JDM, he's good at cutting angles and shit, but he doesn't have that lateral movement. He's quick, but he doesn't have that lateral movement, and that's the key. That's the key. That is the key. And maybe JDM even attempts takedowns, because that could be a good way to win for JDM. But Carlos Prates, he's got underrated grappling. He almost beat Ian Gary by 4th, 5th round TKO. He's got good takedown defense. So I don't think he's going to be able to really be like, whoa, JDM actually could win this via grappling. I don't think so. And I get it. He trains with Craig Jones. He's got the Craig Jones specifics. But I don't think that's going to matter. Fuck. I just see Prates winning by KO, TKO. I really do. I think the most obvious ways are of course, Prates winning by KO, JDM decision, or even, hey, if it is a JDM TKO, a late in the fight TKO, like 4 or 5 via body shots. Prates, he's got good movement too. His head movement is so clean. It's so clean. But yeah, those are my predictions for UFC Perth. I'm super excited. I'm going to be live streaming this. I'm going to go to bed by 8 p.m. on Friday night and waking up at 2 a.m. to stream at 4 a.m. I'm going to be doing this. I don't think there's going to be a lot of Americans doing this shit, live streaming it, staying up. Especially the hardcore fans will do it, because we're hardcore. But you can count on me to stream it. I will be up. I will be streaming UFC Perth. So stay tuned for that. If you're awake, come hang out, come chat with me, come watch, a little fight companion, UFC Perth fight companion. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of my predictions, and let me know what some of your predictions, okay? Do you think JDM is going to pull it off? Do you think Carlos Prates is going to stiffen him? I don't know, but this is my prediction. See you later, guys. Peace.